Explore together. It does what it says on the tin.
Hi, my name is Mike and this is Explore Together. Explore Together helps us to explore a theme or a Bible passage together through using different activities. It's got 6 different activities or zones. There's a colour zone which allows us to use art. There's a listening zone which allows us to have some Bible teaching. There's a chat zone which will allow us to talk about stuff. There's a word zone which allows us to go deeper and do some remembering of things. There's a busy zone which allows us to make something. And there's a quiet zone away from the other zones where we can reflect and pray. But how do we do that when we're in lockdown? Well, watch out, Matt. Here it comes.
Thank you. If we were together at church, first of all, as a church family, we would spend time worshipping and praying together. Then we'd look at the Bible passage. Maybe you would present that through a video, or maybe you would just read it directly from the Bible in a suitable version, or maybe you would act it out. Having done that, we would pose some questions on the screen for people to discuss and to think about. And then we go into our separate zones, if you've been told about earlier. After people have spent time in their zones, they'd come back together, they'd share what they've been exploring. The leader would draw in those experiences and bring everything to a close. But how could this work online? Well, maybe you could present it first of all via video link. Maybe it would be social media, maybe it'd be YouTube or Facebook or somewhere like that, and you'd present that initial material. Then you'd encourage people to work on it in small groups. You might do it in a home with a family. You might get onto another video conference in site and just a couple of people working together. And then at the end, come back together and share your results. Maybe if you've been using something like Facebook, it will be photos or comments on the live stream. If you've been using video conferencing, you can share your ideas there. What about with the family though? How does that work? Rachel?
Thanks, Matt. So here in our house, we're going to try and do some of the zones that are in the Explore Together pack. Now, there are 6 zones. We've decided not to do all of them because we don't have enough space, but we've created 3 of them for you to have a little look at that we're going to do together. And what we've decided to do is we've printed off the early one morning story from the book. We're going to read it together a couple of times, and then we're going to go to our different zones to interact with the story in that way. So I'll show you them now. One of the things that my kids really respond to well are pictures, and so in the pack there are a load of pictures that come with the story that we've just read together. So we just decided to peg them up just up out inside our sitting room so that it inspires the kids. And if we come down here, we created another little zone, which is our busy zone. So the girls are making some characters and making the story out of play sand, and going to tell us a story in a minute through doing that. They've also nicked the colouring stuff from what would have been the colouring in zone over here, but they've got it over there because they're enjoying being underneath the umbrella. The final one that we've got together that we're going to do right at the end is either have another quiet zone or a little area where we can read the story for ourselves, and we've got the questions ready to be able to sit down as a family and discuss. So that's just an example of how we as a family have used the Explore Together pack with the 3 zones. Now you might choose to use all 6 zones, you might choose to use your whole house, your garden, wherever you have. It's up to you. But try having a go and exploring the Bible together through using this resource. I'm throwing the tin back.
Explore Together does what it says on the tin, even in lockdown.